Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Jason, and I hope you're excited, because I'm excited, because we finally got the first trailer for Matt Reeves and Robert Pattinson's The Batman. Alright, so off the bat, this trailer gives us our first glimpse at the Riddler, and I gotta say, in this trailer, he looks less like the Riddler and more like the social commentator or something, like way less Jim Carrey and more George Carlin, if you will. Because from what they show us, the people he's going after are people whom he has believed, have lied to society or hurt the people of society in one way or another, and he's trying to expose the truth, so to speak, right? And hopefully that's actually going to set up a really interesting moral conflict between him and the Batman, because Pattinson's Batman in this film looks like a really young Batman, kind of a coming-of-age Batman, if you will, and maybe he's not set up morally yet, maybe the lines between good and evil are kind of blurred for him, and the Riddler is going to push what his expectations and beliefs are, so maybe before he becomes, the moral standing, the strong moral guidance of Batman that we all kind of know, this is where he kind of develops his sense of what is right and what is wrong. And that's another thing I actually really liked from this trailer, the kind of glimpses we get at a young Batman. I mean, in Nolan's films, we already got an origin story for Batman, but you kind of got the sense that Bruce Wayne as a person was kind of already established morally, and then that kind of translated into how he became Batman. It was already a really strong foundation for him as a character. And then in Snyder's films, we get an older, grittier Batman, one that's kind of been in the game for a while, one that's like, I'm tired of this shit, kind of a Batman. And then now in Reeves' film, we get this younger Batman whom, from what the vibe that I got from the trailer, is someone who's just gotten in the game and someone who doesn't know who he is as a hero, and certainly not someone who knows himself yet well enough as a person, maybe. Something else we get in this trailer is kind of a glimpse at the delivery of a promise that Matt Reeves made way before production even started on this film, basically when he took over the project. He was talking about how he wanted to get back to the kind of detective roots of Batman, and based on the trailer, yeah, I think he did. This seems like a very kind of cat and mouse film between Batman and the Riddler, and I kind of got the sense that for a majority of the film, the Riddler is actually going to be a few steps ahead of the Batman, and he's going to have a lot of catching up to do. The trailer also gave us little tidbits of young Catwoman, I guess, in this film, but not really enough to go off of. But it did give us a look at, I don't even know what to call them. They were guys who had white painted all over their faces, kind of like they're celebrating like Dia de los Muertos or something. But I don't really know their role. If I had to guess, I kind of wonder if the Riddler, with it seems like he's going to get a lot of media attention for the stunts that he's pulling in this film. I wonder if it's going to be kind of like Todd Phillips' Joker, where the Riddler kind of inspires a movement within Gotham City, and that's who those guys are supposed to be. They're supposed to be the people inspired by all the truth that the Riddler is bringing to the table. But, just a theory. But what we do know for sure is that those guys in whiteface actually serve a very important purpose in the trailer, which is to show off Robert Pattinson's physicality in the role of Batman. And I gotta say, I think he looks pretty good. Certainly not like the big hulking physique of Ben Affleck, the kind of just like brawler that we had in Batman vs. Superman and Justice League, but he kind of has his own style. I mean, he basically takes a guy out with one fist like the entire time. But I think Pattinson looks good. I mean, physically, he didn't seem like out of breath after he took one guy out, and then he delivers this whole like I am vengeance line. And I guess that's another thing to talk about. I guess really ever since Bale's portrayal of Batman, the voice has been a big thing. Of course, he had what people have deemed throat cancer voice Batman. And then in Snyder's version, there was kind of like a robot voice Batman. I guess he used something on his throat to change his voice. But here, he talks. It's not like an extremely low, brooding voice or anything like that. It's not, high pitched. He's not like, hi, I'm Batman. But but there's no technology interference to make it lower, and he's not purposefully just trying to make it lower and unidentifiable. He's just speaking. And maybe that's just to point to the fact that he is, again, a young Batman who's just really starting to put his shoes in the role of this hero. So the last thing I'll talk about from this trailer is the Batmobile. I mean, that thing looks like it's built around like a 60s Camaro or Challenger or something. And I honestly don't know what to think, but I'm pretty excited to see it in action. Alright, so that about does it for my thoughts on this trailer. I mean, overall, really excited to see Robert Pattinson as Batman so far from what they've shown us. I think he's done a great job. Looking forward to this whole detective-based storyline that they have between Batman and the Riddler, and I'm just excited. I'm excited to see how this film turns out. But of course, none of my thoughts really matter. Be sure to let me know what you guys think below, what you think of the Batmobile, especially. But until then, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed the content, please like or subscribe below. That really helps me out. Until next time, stay safe, be kind. Thank you.